Greetings.
Welcome back to Mercy School. This is section 106, Beginner Resurrection. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at Mercy's Guardian Angel ability. There's much more to this skill than meets the eye. But let's start with the basics. Resurrection makes Mercy revive a downed teammate. This ability takes 1.5 seconds to use. During this time, Mercy's movement speed is reduced dramatically, making her extremely vulnerable. If Mercy is using Valkyrie when she uses Resurrection, the reduction to her movement speed is not as strong, allowing her to try to dodge attacks while using Resurrection. Finally, Resurrection has a 30-second cooldown. One quick tip with Res before we move on. If possible, check your Res cooldown before going in for a Res. Even some of the best players accidentally risk their lives for a res attempt just to realize that it's still on cooldown. Preventing this mistake will increase your chances of winning games. When trying to resurrect a target, you should also be checking to see, is there something I can hide behind while resing this? Who can attack me while I'm resing? And of the people who can see me, are any of their abilities on cooldown? The best example of this final one is Roadhog Hook. If there's a Roadhog who's far away, but close enough to use his hook, don't res until you see or hear him use it. Alternatively, if you see that he's not paying attention and firmly believe he won't notice, then also consider resurrecting your target. If your resurrection target is near a corner or a door, be sure to res from the corner and slowly walk behind cover. If you do this correctly, the chances of you successfully resing the target go up dramatically.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei. Enemy reviving.
Another important thing to consider is what's happening with the rest of your team. If your teammates need healing, you may not want to res unless it's really important. If your teammates get eliminated while you res, then you basically didn't res because now someone else is eliminated. This trade may be worth it, however, if your res target has a powerful ultimate like Dragon Blade or Bob. It's important to consider the enemy team when going for a res. Sometimes if you watch the enemy heroes closely, you can actually see that they're not paying attention to the corpse anymore, and you might be able to slip in right beside them, or behind them, and res right under their noses.
Someone call the ambulance. Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
When trying to res, you have to make your decision quickly. If the body is in a safe spot, the sooner you res, the better. If the body is in a horrible spot, you may get an opportunity to res it if you wait for a little while. If you wait too long to res, the enemy might push forward and secure the body. If the body is already secured, after waiting for 7 seconds, the enemy might back off, or your team may push forward and secure the body, allowing you to res it.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Finally, if the body is out in the middle of an open space, generally you can't res it unless the enemy is occupied with fighting your team, or if all their ranged damage is eliminated already. If you have Valkyrie, you may be able to res in the middle of an open space by flipping and flying around in multiple directions while resing.
Helden sterben nicht. Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
And that concludes today's lesson. Resurrection is a very useful skill that can change the course of a battle. If done correctly, you can surprise the enemy with a sudden ultimate they thought they were safe from. Alternatively, Resurrection can help keep your team's overall fighting strength up, allowing them to safely continue the fight. If you enjoyed class today, be be sure to subscribe. Sharing the video and hitting the like button are also great ways to help out. We hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you like this class, consider attending the other courses in this playlist. Until next lecture, Angela Ziegler signing out.